Chosen one. Before I finish that sentence, stay with me, because what God is about to reveal will change the way you see every person currently around you, every interaction you dismissed as just friendship, just familiarity, just someone you know. Because the person God assigned to carry the love your heart has been waiting for is not a stranger. They are already in your world, already closer than you realized, and you have been looking past them, searching the horizon for someone new when God placed the answer right in front of you. Why you did not see it? Because you had a picture in your mind of how love was supposed to arrive. Through what channel, looking what way, feeling what way. And this person did not fit the picture. So your mind filed them in the wrong category. Friend, familiar face, someone comfortable, someone who has always just been there, without the dramatic entrance, without the obvious sign. But God does not write love stories the way movies do. He writes them with precision, with patience, with layers of meaning that only reveal themselves when the timing is right. And the timing is right now. Who this person has been to you? They have been consistent in a world that gave you inconsistency. They showed up when others disappeared. They stayed when others found reasons to leave. They saw something in you that they never fully articulated, but that was always present in how they treated you, in the patience they extended, in the way they listened when you needed to be heard. They have been someone safe in a life that did not always feel safe, someone real in a world full of performances. You felt it in quiet moments, a warmth, a comfort, a sense of rightness when they were around that you explained away as familiarity, as nothing more than the ease of someone you have known for a while. But it was always more than that, and somewhere deep inside you, you knew. What has been happening in them? They have been processing something for longer than they have admitted even to themselves. A feeling that surfaces when they think about you, that they have not known what to do with because the fear of losing what already existed felt like too great a risk. They have been watching you in the way someone watches when they are trying to understand what they feel, why certain moments with you stay with them longer than expected, why your name comes to mind in moments that have nothing to do with you. They have been carrying something that God placed in them about you that is becoming harder to dismiss as nothing, because it has never been nothing, and God is moving on their heart in this season to stop treating it like nothing and start honoring it for what it actually is. What is shifting between you right now? Something is changing in the dynamic. Conversations are going deeper than they used to. Moments between you are carrying more weight than before. Something is different in how they look at you, in how you feel when they are around. God is orchestrating this shift deliberately, removing the distractions that kept both of you from seeing clearly what was always between you, healing the fears that made the risk feel too great, creating the circumstances that bring what was always present to the surface, where it can finally be acknowledged, honored, and allowed to become what God always intended it to be. What this love will feel like? Different from anything before. Not because it is louder, because it is steadier. Not because it is dramatic, because it is real. It will feel like peace, like finally being known by someone who chose you anyway. It will feel like safety, like coming home to a place you didn't know you had been missing until you arrived. It will not feel like the desperate, always slightly anxious love you experienced before. This will feel settled, certain, like something that was always true finally being spoken out loud for the first time. What you need to do? Stop overlooking what's in front of you. Stop looking at the horizon for someone new when God is pointing to what is already present, already consistent, already real, already proven. Open your eyes to what your heart has already been registering, that your mind kept explaining away. Allow yourself to consider the possibility that what you have been praying for has been standing beside you the whole time, waiting for you to finally see it. And when the dynamic begins to shift, do not retreat into the safety of friendship out of fear of losing what already exists, because what God is building between you is more valuable than the comfortable version you have been protecting. Final word. Unexpected love is coming, and it's not coming from a stranger. It's coming from someone already in your life, already proven, already consistent, already carrying something for you that God placed in them long before this moment. The love you have been praying for was never as far away as the waiting made it feel. It was close, right beside you, in the familiar presence of someone who has been chosen for you since before either of you understood what that meant. Open your eyes, open your heart, and let what God has been orchestrating finally become what it was always meant to be. In the comments, write, God is bringing unexpected love from someone already in my life, or the number 222, or I am open to love from where God places it. Subscribe and stay close. Chosen one, the love you have been waiting for was never on its way from somewhere far. It was already there, waiting for you to finally see it. And now, God is making sure you do. Amen. What God prepared in both of you for this moment. He was not just preparing one of you, He was preparing both simultaneously in separate seasons, through separate fires, through separate lessons that were leading to the same destination. While you were being healed of the wounds that made you guard your heart, He was healing them of the wounds that made them afraid to give theirs. While you were learning what you actually needed in love versus what you had been settling for, He was teaching them how to give what you actually needed. While you were becoming the version of yourself that could receive love without sabotaging it, He was building in them the patience, the consistency, the depth that the real version of you required from a partner. Everything was happening simultaneously in two separate lives that God always intended to become one story. And the season of preparation for both of you is complete, which is why the shift is happening now, why the dynamic is changing now, why what was always there is becoming impossible to ignore now. Because now, both of you are ready for what God always planned to give you in each other. Why this love is different from what came before. Previous relationships came from a version of you that was still searching for something, still trying to fill something, still operating from wounds that had not yet been addressed, and those relationships reflected that. They were built on incomplete versions of who you both were, which is why they could not hold the weight of what love was actually supposed to carry. But this is different because you are different now. The wounds that used to drive your choices have been addressed. The patterns that used to pull you toward the wrong people have been interrupted. The version of love you used to accept because you did not believe you deserved better has been replaced with a knowledge of your worth that changes everything about who you attract and who you choose. And this person is a reflection of the healed version of you, not the wounded one, which is why they feel different, which is why the connection feels different, which is why what is building between you has a quality that nothing before it had, because it is being built by two people who did the work to become ready for something real. What this love unlocks in your purpose. God rarely sends love simply for the sake of personal happiness. Although personal happiness matters deeply to Him, He sends love that serves purpose. And what He is building between you and this person is not just a relationship, it is a partnership. Two people whose combined gifts, combined experiences, combined callings can produce something together that neither could produce alone. There is something you have been trying to build in your purpose that has felt incomplete, like something was missing, a perspective you did not have, a strength that balanced your weakness, a faith that steadied you when yours was shaking. This person carries what has been missing, not as a crutch, as a complement, the way God designed partnership to work. Two whole people coming together, not to complete each other, because both are already complete in God, but to multiply each other, to produce together what wholeness alone could not have created. Watch what gets unlocked in your assignment when this love is fully received, when this partnership is fully activated. The impact will extend far beyond the two of you, into everything you were both sent here to do. What to do while it unfolds? Do not force it. What God is building does not need your engineering. It just needs your openness, your presence, your willingness to let what is natural between you grow naturally, without the anxiety of trying to make it happen faster, or in a specific way, or by a specific time. Do not overthink it. The mind will try to analyze every interaction, every word, every moment of connection into something confusing. Stay out of your head and stay in your heart, where the truth of what is between you has always been clear. Do not let fear of loss keep you from the gain. The fear of losing the friendship if the love does not work is real, but it is also a trap, because what God ordains does not destroy what already exists. It elevates it into something greater than what was there before. Trust God with the outcome and focus on being present in every moment He creates between you and this person. Pay attention to the small things, because that is where God speaks loudest in this kind of love. Not in grand gestures, in small, consistent moments that accumulate into something undeniable. Pay attention to those moments. They are breadcrumbs leading you both to what was always written for your story together.
Final word. Unexpected love is coming, and it is not coming from a stranger. It is coming from someone already in your life, already proven, already consistent, already carrying something for you that God placed in them long before this moment. The love you have been praying for was never as far away as the waiting made it feel. It was close, right beside you, in the familiar presence of someone who has been chosen for you since before either of you understood what that meant. Open your eyes, open your heart, and let what God has been orchestrating finally become what it was always meant to be. In the comments, write, "God is bringing unexpected love from someone already in my life," or the number 222, or "I am open to love from where God places it." Subscribe and stay close. Chosen one, the love you have been waiting for was never on its way from somewhere far. It was already there, waiting for you to finally see it. And now, God is making sure you do. Amen.